And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. Thought I'd talk about a couple of Atari 2600 titles here. They are Battlezone, which is very much in keeping with what I talked about when I did Zone on the Vectrex, because I got those two Atari joysticks hooked up together now, and that's great. Made me think of, the original Battlezone on the Atari 2600. I actually talked about this about 6-7 months ago as a little video response to Metal Jesus. He did a video about what games disappointed you due to their control schemes, and this is that one. I'd always thought, why didn't Atari release this so you could use both joysticks? Much like Zone does now. There's a ROM I could get, or a homebrew I could get off the AtariAge store that does have the dual control for this title. But I've never been a huge fan of this game and kind of dismissed it. I just thought, I much prefer the arcade version. However, I was listening during the summer to the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, and Ferg does a great job of talking about various titles. He actually compared original Battlezone with the Activision game that's very much the same called Robot Tank. And I thought it was interesting to listen to, but what was very interesting for me is a lot of people phoned into Ferg's podcast and said how much they really, really like Robot Tank. And I thought, I've never really played Robot Tank. I tried it once or twice. I know I've got it on the Activision anthology for the Game Boy Advance. And I just thought, well, those are just Battlezone. But there are distinct differences between the two games. And I just thought, I should actually just sit here and play both of them and try them out. So that's what I'm doing. So let's start off with Battlezone proper. This is obviously not anywhere like the arcade as far as the design aesthetic goes. There's no vector type graphic attempt. I do like that explosion though. That looks pretty good. But otherwise it is the same game. You're driving around an essentially kind of pseudo 3D environment, shooting tanks, shooting those missile things that come after you, and UFOs appear. Let's try it out here. Let's launch the game. And I got my radar up at the top. And whoa! Okay, that technique still works. You can get out of the way of him. Oh! This is definitely... and there's the UFO. Got him. My one criticism when I played Zone was it was really quite easy, which if you ever play the arcade original, Battlezone is tough. Now this game seems to be, so far, maybe slightly tougher. Let's just back around. This is just the first game setting. Actually, no, I take it back. Some of the tanks are just dumb. They're just sitting there. Alright, well, I guess that is fairly normal then. Oh, there's another one. I guess what's different is there seems to be more of them more quickly here. Yeah, it's rare that you would get two tanks within the first 30-odd seconds of the game. Can you pull back? Yes, that trick works. Okay. Can I go forward? Oh, no. Now that's going to be interesting. That's something I'm going to touch upon later. Did you notice just now I tried to pull forward to dodge that shot, and I still got hit because the shot, I guess, hit the side of my tank. That's going to be significant when I do... Open that missile thing. What? Die! Am I down to my last tank already? I think I am. Yep. Nope. Oh, yep, that's it. Game over. Alright, well, that's original Battlezone, and that's pretty good. I mean, again, I'm not a big fan of it, but it is very much the Battlezone experience. Now, I'm going to throw on Robot Tank from Activision, which looks similar on the surface, but is apparently quite a different game. Here is Robot Tank by Activision. Am I in the game? No, okay. So this is kind of on the surface the same game, but what's interesting with this one is there are day and night cycles, and you can take damage. Like, you see that V, R, C, and T that's in the lower purple area there? If you get hit, now I haven't played this because I just sort of dismissed it immediately as a Battlezone ripoff. I don't know if it's like you just get shaved by the attacks or if it actually is like lives that you get. You see how the C is flashing there in the attract mode? If you get hit, your cannon can get affected and damaged. The V is for video, so you suddenly can't see out of the front of the tank. R is your radar, so that would stop functioning. And then T is your treads. It's got a nice bouncy element to how the tanks move around and stuff, and I quite like that, but apparently the actual game, definitely from the 2600 Game by Game podcast, the type of game that you play is not very good. Anyway, let's fire this up here. Oh. Okay, interesting. You can shoot the shots. Now, what's bad about this game, that's at least the reason why some people don't like it, and I'm kind of on the same wavelength myself, is oh shoot. Ooh, here's a nighttime cycle. Ooh, okay, so I gotta navigate by the dark. That's cool. Or by the radar. Yeah, what makes this game different is you sort of guide your shots. Like if I fire and then move, the shot goes whatever way the nose of my tank is pointing. But you can hit the shots, which is kind of cool. I like this nighttime thing. This does add an interesting level of challenge to it. Okay. Oh, he's behind me. Ah! Yeah. You can see at the top there's actually a time, like it's the first day. Oh, now we're going to get a sunrise. That's kind of cool. I like that. Ah. Okay. What? Okay. But what some people are not a big fan of, and I'm thinking now that I'm playing it, I'm kind of in agreement. Oh, there's the first wave done, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. What a lot of people don't like is... Okay, never mind. Now my cannon has been hit. Which means I can only shoot a few times. Can I repair that? Is there like a amount of time that I will eventually... Or is that just going to be broken until I die? I don't know. But, yes, what some people have as a major criticism of this game is the fact that you're kind of turn your nose to hit the bad guy, and then you're done. And the other thing is, remember when I was playing Battlezone, looking on the radar, when I was playing Battlezone, that one shot kind of hit me from the side. I think I didn't quite dodge it in time. With this game, oh man, now it's hit. With this game, if you, and this is again, I only know this from listening to the podcast, if you swerve out of the way of a shot, it's vanished. As soon as it's off the side of the screen, it's like it never existed. You can't, there's no 3D space to it here. It's a little bit more, almost like a shoot 'em up, I guess. Like you're just dealing with whatever's immediately in front of you. You don't have to navigate around or find, obviously what's on the radar, but you don't have to worry about, oh, there's my old trick there of pulling back and then off to the, now my treads are broken. Pulling off to the side. Am I gonna last? Oh, I'm dead! Okay, switching to reserve tank. Alright, so yeah, once that shot is gone, that's it. It never existed. And some people don't like that. I gotta admit I'm not a big fan, but it's not too bad. It's something different. For something that I thought was an exact carbon copy of Battlezone, it's different enough. And I don't know which one I prefer. This one looks nicer. It's got, we're getting into sunset. That nighttime effect is major. I like the damage. Well, okay, maybe not now that it's really impacting me. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of different. I'm not sure which one I like more. And Atari purists are probably wondering, hey man, there's another reserve tank. Probably wondering, why does the screen look a little weird, like my crosshair? It looks more like a letter R instead of a letter T. Why is my shot looking like a weird pixely thing? The reason for that is I don't actually own Robot Tank, and I do have a flashback console that's been modded so I can play ROMs. But, unfortunately, Robot Tank doesn't play well on that flashback. It's one of those titles that uses, I guess, bank switching in a weird way. Ah! It was my... Which one is C? Canon. And radar. Great. So I'm just going to have to make do here. Ah! It's me dead. All right, I was saying, so about the graphics. Yes, this looks a little weird. The crosshair at the front looks a little weird. My shots look a little weird. You can see that glitch on the left and right of the screen. Why is that happening? Because I'm actually playing this with the Atari 2600 handheld with the SD card. I've got the ROM here, and it's the only way I can play it because I don't have a way to play it on my flashback. But this handheld is doing it reasonably well. It's just got a few graphical glitches, so that explains that. So final conclusions. Which one do I like more? I think I gotta go with Battlezone. It's the more pure recreation of what we had in the arcade, but this is a neat alternative with the night cycle, the damage. The very nice graphics. If you could maybe take these graphics, but use that 3D world of the Atari title, I think we'd be onto something here. But this one's kind of different. And honestly, I didn't realize that until listening to the podcast. I had just assumed, oh, this is just Battlezone again. What's the big difference? It is different. It's quite a lot different. And I think I'm about to die. So, yeah, I just thought I'd throw together a quick little Atari video, because I haven't done one of those in a while, and I didn't know until I heard that podcast the difference between the two titles. Well, there we go. My mission has ended anyway. All right, well, until next time, I'll see you down the rabbit hole.